I've been scared to check my bank account because I was on vacation. I was on vacation for 2 weeks, and for the first week, I was with my family. And well, I'm not American, so my mom loved me past the age of 18, and she paid for some stuff. But the second week, I was in Angola, and that was gone. Now, for those who don't know Angola, it is a small island in the Caribbean. It is super beautiful. They cater to a lot of luxury tourism. So I want you to think sun, sea, and then suddenly you're broke because specifically in those tourist areas, oh my gosh, you breathe, $20 gone. I sneezed once, it was $30 because I was polluting the air. But no matter, I told myself, Shannon, you work hard, you deserve it. Treat yourself. Lobster, steak by the beach, spa day, you name it, you have it. Who tell me do that? Who tell me do that? Because today now it's time to bite the bullet. I said, Shannon, let's do a little financial audit, make sure things are in order. I'm sweating, putting in my bank pin, but telling myself it can't be that bad. Wrong. I'm going through these transactions and I'm like, no way I spent all this money. That's crazy. So I call my bank. I said, hi, good day. I think there is some sort of mistake because I did not spend all this money. The girl on the other line, so friendly. She says, no problem. Let's go through the transactions and see which ones are fraudulent. But they have a bit more information on their end. So she just giving me the information. And she's like, you sure this wasn't you? Every single time I had to be like, yes, that actually was me. So then eventually, Sarah goes, honey, I think the only mistake was your spending.
Hello, everyone. This is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today. So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
I know I've said this before, but vacations are a scam. They're a scam. They're not like some great way to reset or recharge your batteries. No. I just got back from a trip and I have never felt worse. I was in Disney World, literally the happiest place on earth. And I had to come back to dirty Los Angeles where everybody hates themselves and it's been raining nonstop. I didn't even know we could do that. Like I was staying in a plush hotel where somebody made my bed every morning. And now it's just a shoebox apartment where I can't even get my boyfriend to pick up his socks. I was walking around, I was drinking all day, eating 4-course meals with cuisine from all over the world, and now Postmates, brought to me by Christopher from Glendale. Cool. Plus I was in vacation mode, so I was spending way too much money. So I had to come back and deal with the consequences of my financial irresponsibility. That's not fair. The only thing a vacation is good for is to just remind you of how shitty your regular life is.
How are people doing this? I see people online going on these extravagant vacations and buying like expensive things. And I am into my career and have a good job. And instead of going to Europe like I wanted to this summer, I went to the desert and camped on BLM land because it's free with friends and it was a great time. But like, how are people doing this? Are you just like in mad debt and I don't know about it? Like, what are people doing? Everything is so freaking expensive.
I'm in Switzerland and I just paid over $60 for 2 cheeseburger meals and an extra cheeseburger each, and that was the cheapest option available. You heard me right. If you're going to Switzerland this summer, I know a lot of us are going to Europe. Well, I am in Europe. Please remember that when people say that Switzerland is the most expensive country, like, listen to them. We arrived like a few hours ago and we just decided to get Uber Eats because we knew Switzerland was expensive, but all the grocery stores in like Central Europe, they're all closed on Sundays. McDonald's was the cheapest option by far, but honestly, like I was looking at Burger King and some of the meals were 38 francs. Let me just quickly convert that. You ready? 63.50 for a meal at Burger King. Well, like Hungry Jack's. Can confirm I will be going to the supermarket tomorrow and eating food from there because it is so expensive here in Switzerland. It's beautiful, but so expensive.
Been in Miami for less than 24 hours now, and it's been a shit show from the start. It all started last night when I went to pick up my rental car at 8:30 that I had reserved, but the plane got in a little later, so they closed at 9 and said that we cannot pick up our car until tomorrow. Okay, so instead we just booked another rental car that we picked up this morning. But before we did that, we Ubered to the airport. And when we Ubered to the airport, he forgot his phone in the car. So on top of that, we are dealing with this rental car bullshit. And now the phone. So we've been tracking the guy that has his phone on the iPad. And we were so close to finding this man. Want to know what happened? The rental car place is trying to blame us. And they're trying to get us to pay. We will not be paying that. They said that that's our responsibility because it is tires. First off, when we got into the car, this is what the car said. Literally what the car said. And we pulled up to put gas. We pulled up to put air in right here. And then we went to put the air in and the fucking tire blew up. Literally started smelling disgusting, like burnt rubber. It was horrifying. We could have died, and they're over here saying that it's our fault. So now we escalated it to a manager, and luckily they're sending us a car. We are not paying anything. Make that very clear right now that we are not paying anything, because this was $350 for this fucking Sentra. This is my first time in Miami, and so far it's not a good time. And then after this, we still have to go track down the phone, which is now it's in Little Havana, wherever that is. No clue. Pray for us.
All right, y'all, update. We made it to Oceanside. But this is the most expensive hotel I ever stayed in my life. So it was expensive enough to pay for it. And then we go to check in. It's $150 a night for incidentals. So I had to pay $1,200 in incidentals. Obviously, I'll get it back. But that's not the point. Then we get here. And there's an in-room store. Okay. And I'm trying to figure out if I'm allowed to use the hand wash that's in the bathroom or not. Because it says that the wash is $20. It says simply enjoy whatever you'd like from the listed items and it'll be applied to your folio. So, like, can I use a hand soap? Or is it going to cost me $20 to wash my hands after I go pee? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm nervous. Okay, I'm not done. There's this notepad over here on this nightstand. And Layla wants to color on it. Layla wants to draw on it. But I don't know if it's free or not. Is it going to cost me $75 for this notepad? Because it's also, they have a tray of like snacks. I told Bam, put that shit away right now. Because it's $12 for beef jerky. And $5 for gummy bears. But I'm really confused because they have robes and slippers in the bathroom hanging up. But on here it says the robe is $150. So do I get to wear the robe for free? Or do I have to pay $150 if I wear the robe? I'm asking the front desk tomorrow. Like, does it cost me to wash my hands or no? Okay, last thing and then I'm done. I wonder if it's free to use the towels.
Do you have to pay?
I mean, this hotel is really, really nice. It's on the beach. It's right next to the pier. Don't get me wrong. It's beautiful. But I am starting to question if maybe I should have just found a Holiday Inn.
Do you have to pay?
I don't think I'm bougie enough for this lifestyle. What?
Do you have to pay for all of this stuff?
I don't know.
Why can you just have it for free like the other hotel?
I don't know. We're going to ask tomorrow.
I want to draw this notebook.
Well, how about you draw on your coloring book just in case? Just in case. So that notebook don't put me out of my house.
What's a scam that's become so normalized that we don't even realize it's a scam anymore?
Hotel resort fees. Hear me out. Straight scam. Recently stayed at a hotel, and when I got to check in, they said, okay, there's a $50 resort fee. And naturally, I wanted to ask what was included with that $50 resort fee. The woman at the counter looked puzzled, like she's never had this question asked before. Don't worry, I'll wait. She proceeds to tell me that the $50 resort fee is for use of the gym and Wi-Fi. So I'm like, okay, so like basic hotel amenities that are usually included. Is that what you're saying? She just stood there and stared at me. No further words were communicated. She just looks at me like, okay, well, it's $50 per night resort fee. What credit card will you be using? I'm just trying to figure out why that warrants an extra charge. I will gladly pay $50 more per night if I wanted to stay at that hotel than be surprised upon arrival with a $50 resort fee that goes towards nothing. Hotels charge these fees and feel justified in doing them. And we knowingly know it's a scam, but go along and pay it anyway. Because we have to, right? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna go to another hotel or are you gonna pay the fee? even get me started on parking fees, especially the ones that have you paying a fee and you're parking in a parking lot. Well, I paid the fee for that day. I left the following day and checked into a different hotel who didn't have hidden fees. Hotels may consider these standard amenities that aren't included with your hotel fee. I think it's highway robbery. What do you think about hotel resort fees? Do you think it's a scam, or do you think it's well worth the price tag? Respond in the comments. I'm curious.
Okay, super quick rant, but bring back $150 night hotel stays. There's no reason why, like, I can't go for, like, a quick little 4-day getaway in the same country as I am, and it costs a month's rent, even more than my rent. Like, I want to go to Nashville for, like, 4 days, and rooms are starting at $250. And, like, I get it. I don't really get it, especially when you're dealing with power players like Hilton or like what other ones. I don't really stay in Hilton. Anyway, like where these people have money, I'm pretty sure they could subsidize it, because I think $250 per night, that's a little much. And if you don't want to bring the price down, that's fine. That's fine. Bring back motels. Like I don't. Even if I make good money, but I can't justify spending like a week's worth of pay, or even like on one night, like $150 a night, maybe. Like, it's just me, I'm not gonna trash it. Like, I'm gonna keep it cool. I just want to go out and party and then have a safe place to come home. But $250, that's a little much. That's a little much. Like, I don't know. Who can vacation? Like, ugh. Okay, that's it. Rant over. Happy holidays. And again, like, if you would make it that cheap, yeah, you'll get more people to book. And I think that would be, you would get more money. And now, like, people don't even want to vacate. I don't get it. Like, if you make it like $100 less, I don't see what the problem is. You would be filled to capacity, and people would just have to go someplace else. But, like, this is what, like, I really don't get it. And I think, like, a lot of people, they try to push profit over practicality. And, like, if you want business, like, you really don't have to make it that expensive, because Taylor Swift is not going to stay at a Hilton. So, like, who do you want staying at your hotels? Because I think even $150 a night is a little bit excessive. Not excessive. I think that's the perfect price. Like, most people with good jobs and rent and can afford $150. But $200, that's being greedy for that little dirty ass pool and cafeteria ass breakfast. Plus flight, because that's not cheap either. Plus flight, plus Ubers, plus this, plus that. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, if you want people to, like, have jobs, if you want people to feel busy, if they make the price a little bit lower, then I'm pretty sure that would stimulate something, because people would feel more inclined to spend. Like, I really don't understand. Okay, that's it. That's it. Hopefully I get where I need to go this holiday season.
Man, these prices for everything have gone up. It is so expensive to stay in a hotel for just one night. On average, you're paying about $150 a night. At least $150 a night. Like, it's insane. We don't have that kind of money. It's insane how much we pay for all of these things. Like, we need vacations, right? But it is so expensive just to travel. The plane ticket alone is like $300, $400, $2,000. Like, it's insane. How are we able to afford that? We don't have that kind of money anymore. We just don't. No more expendable income. We're just trying to survive out here. But we need to travel and explore the world and live and see new places and new cultures. We need to experience all of these things. But we go in debt just to experience them. And we come back more stressed. This is the world that we live in now. is really unfair. A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
Now, why are we motorhoming? It's a very good question. We used to go to a place in Mallorca almost every year since my eldest was born, and he's now nearly 9. And when we had our little girl, as soon as she turned 2, holidays went from anywhere from about £2,000 for a week, which is still quite a lot of money. It jumped up to like £5,000 or £6,000, and that's not even taking into consideration MND. And what I mean by that is holiday insurance. I haven't got quotes just yet, but having spoken to people that have the condition as well, they're getting prices of anywhere like from £1,500 all the way up to some of them even £3,000. And we just can't comprehend the cost for that to go away for a week.
I don't know what's going on, but 2 years ago, I took a solo trip to New York City for less than $400. And today I looked to see how much it would be to go to New York City by myself. And, oh, there is a trash can. They are picking up this trash can. Anyway, $700 for the hotel alone for just me. For 3 nights? You are really close to my car, sir. What happened? Is it just am I like out of the game? Is this like a normal price for a single gal to travel nowadays? Because I want to go on a solo trip so bad. I feel like that would heal me right now. Like I need a solo trip. But like these prices are ridiculous. What is going on?
I'm so sick and tired of everything being so friggin' expensive. I want to go to Moncton for the Music New Brunswick week. I went to book a hotel for 2 nights, and every single one of them is like $400. I am well aware of all the stupid excuses that people give for why everything is so expensive. I don't believe any of those excuses. It's greed. People are greedy, especially the rich people that own these corporations. They're greedy. There's not a supply and demand issue in hotels in Moncton at the end of October. And also, I live on an island with a ferry, so driving home is not an option. I'm just so disgusted with this economy. I'm so over it. I'm just gonna sleep in my car and risk it at this point. $400 for a bed for a night. 2 nights, sorry. I'm not searching for like 5-star hotels. My only qualification for a hotel is that the reviews don't say that there's blood stains in the room. I think that's reasonable. And what's left? These places are $200 a night. Everything from the Delta to like the little motels. How are you all charging the same price? I need to end this because I'm getting mad and that's making me out of breath on this walk. It's not the only thing making me out of breath on this walk, but now I'm all riled up.
I have something to complain about. Airline flights, but not just the price. The prices for the flights are so expensive, yet you're gambling on what kind of flight you have. For example, flying domestically to and from Florida, you could have one of 4 different planes. The first one is with no screen, but it's very old. Second one is another with a screen that lets you watch movies and play games for free. Another that lets you, number 3, that lets you watch movies, but also you get cable TV, and it's also outdated and it's got a lot of garbage stuff that you may or may not have to pay for. Or 4, there's no screen and it's a new plane, but it's super tight and cramped. Flying is a privilege nonetheless that many don't get to do. But the lack of consistency on their end, while simultaneously costing the customer more and more when there's no benefit to that cost, is why I have a problem.
I'm looking at flight prices for me and my boyfriend's trip to Greece, and let me tell you, my heart dropped to my stomach when I saw the prices. So we're going Salt Lake to Athens, Greece, and then we're taking a little cruise, yada yada yada. $5,000 for one-way tickets. $5,000. Keep in mind, we've already bought the cruise tickets, so we have to for sure go on this trip. Like, there's no turning back now, and like we have no problem paying the $5,000 like trip, but last week it was only $1,000, and I was like, oh, if I wait a week I'll be fine. I'm not fine. $5,000 is going to make a dent in my bank account, but it's fine. It's fun because at least it'll be cute, and it'll be fun and memories, I guess, but $5,000 for a one-way ticket is crazy. $5,000 for like the basic class too. And we're going like not on the best airline. We're going on like the Spirit Airlines of like the UK. So, but anyways, if I start crying on here and you guys see it, you know why. It's because I booked that $5,000 flight.
This is such a great question. So excursions, all the cruise lines are doing is booking them and then marking them up, sometimes 200 or 300%. One time we booked an excursion through the cruise line, and when we got there, realized that it was free. So we paid essentially for nothing. We paid for a ride, a shuttle. But when you get off that ship, there's tons and tons of things for you to do, and you don't have to book it through the cruise line. Just be sure that you're back to board on time. I would suggest at least an hour before. But you do not have to book your excursions through the cruise line. You can create your own itinerary and have a ton of fun.
I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or if this is just how booking with points or miles works, but I went on Google Flights to look for a flight to Florida midweek at the end of October, right? So you would think midweek, cheaper flights, but I'm seeing like close to $300 with American, Delta, Southwest, which I find is kind of high. And I found a $98 flight with Spirit, but in trying to book through one of my credit cards, that flight does not exist. Won't let me book Spirit or Frontier or any of like the lower tier airlines through using credit card points. Is that normal? Shouldn't they be popping up too, just as much as the American, Deltas, and the Southwest of the world? Like, I don't know. Trying to save some money, you know, we're all here trying to save money in this economy. So tips, tricks, ideas as to how I can book that flight through my credit card, or I don't know. I find myself a pretty good planner when it comes to finding deals on flights and things because I travel a lot, but this just seems really high to me for like midweek in October. So anybody knows any tips and tricks when it comes to those types of travel dates? Let me know, because your girl just really needs to save some coin, because I swear the minute I step out of my door every single day, it's like money, 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 money. And I need to save some money where I can. So let me know any good ideas, tips and tricks for these flights, because I'm really not trying to spend $300 for a 2.5 day trip.
When I tell you I don't fuck around, me and my partner were at the car rental place, and mind you, I know nothing about car rental, and we had purchased it previously on Expedia, and they bought like the extra protection, whatever. And the lady was like really nice at first, and all of a sudden she's trying to add on like this and this and this and this and this protection, and we were like, oh, we already purchased the protection on Expedia, and they were like, yeah, that's for your car. What if something else happens to another car? Knowing us, we were like, that's not gonna happen, whatever. She's like trying to add things on nonstop, and my partner, being my partner, was just like, okay. And me, I know nothing about car rentals, but I was like, this doesn't feel right. I need to say something. She like doesn't even give me a chance because she's talking so fast because she's just trying to get the deal in. And my partner's like about to swipe his card. She's like, you can swipe your card. And I was like, wait. I was like, can I get a breakdown of this? Like, what is this? She's like, oh, it'll get sent to your email once you pay. And I was like, no. I'm not going to get an email if I'm not paying for this. And finally, like, she steps away because somebody asked her a question. And I look at my partner and I was like, you're paying for this, your decision, but we don't need this. And they were like, are you sure? Like, you don't think we need this? And I was like, we don't need this. Like, this is ridiculous. The lady comes back and my partner looks at me and goes, you don't think we need this? And I was like, no. My partner looks at the lady and goes, yeah, can you take all that off? We don't want it. And she goes, you want all of this off? We were like, yeah. And she was like, so you're gonna pay out of pocket if something else happens to another car? And I look her dead in the eye and I went, yes. Don't you know that nothing fucking happened at the end of the trip? Anyway, so we get the car and I am taking pictures of every little minuscule tiniest scratch that you could ever see because I'm not fucking around. We go to return the car. The guy that's taking it is really nice. He's like examining the car. He's like, I'm gonna examine it, then you guys are good to go. Partner's with him and I'm like standing all the way in the back. The guy's like, hey, and he calls my partner over and was like, do you see like this damage up here? Which is like fucking sun damage. Like, how could we have done that in 4 days? The partner was like, that was there when we got it. And the guy was like, I don't see it written down here. Do you guys have pictures? And I'm in the back like, I do. I'm like, see, right here I have the timestamp, the day, the picture, everything. And the guy was like, oh, I don't know why it's not noted in here. I'm gonna take a picture of it real quick. I looked at my partner and I was like, see, that's why I'm not fucking around. But yeah, we got our deposit back, everything.
This may be an unpopular opinion, but as a Kenyan living abroad, when people come to me and they're like, oh, you're Kenyan, we're gonna go with you so that we don't get scammed with tourist prices, I immediately just think no, because there's no way I've been seeing you spending $8 on coffee every day, but handmade leather sandals is where you draw the line. You've never budgeted a day in your life. You're spending thousands on a ticket to go there, but when you get there, you want to start your personal finance journey. You go out here and you tip 30% to your servers, but tipping someone who's taken you round on a safari, who's given you a memorable experience, is just too much for you. When you go to a country that heavily relies on tourism for the health of the economy, you can't expect to start paying the same that the locals pay, even though you're earning in dollars and stuff. So kama hawataki hawataenda na mimi.
Can someone please explain to me why Delta flights are so expensive right now? I know I look crazy. I'm sorry. I just worked out. But what is going on? Like, I am a platinum member of Delta, and every time that I have to book a flight, it's like 2x the cost of any other airline. And it makes me want to fly JetBlue or United, even though I don't have the same perks, because it's so much cheaper. Like, I'm so confused. Delta, what the fuck? Yes, I understand that it's a supply and demand issue, but at the end of the day, like, I just don't think it's right. I just want to pay a normal price to go from LA to New York. Why are my flights currently $650 instead of like $300 or $400? And it's $600 for basic economy? No.
I promise you, you have overpaid for a flight because you did this. When you use third-party sites to search for a flight, you can find the cheapest flight that's available for your destination. But if you book your flight through that third party, it is costing you money because it's going to be significantly harder for you to cancel that flight, to change your flight, to upgrade your seats, and you lose out on the points from that airline's rewards program. Even though you save a couple bucks up front, you're actually losing in the end. Don't get me wrong, I like using third-party sites. They're really great for finding all-inclusive deals. And when I say all-inclusive, I mean the hotel, the food, the drinks, the airport transportation, and the flights, because you can get really great all-inclusive deals on third-party sites. I've done it before. It's great. However, it is so much more beneficial in the long term for you to use that third-party website, find the airline that has the cheapest flight for whatever you're looking for, and then go to that airline's website and book with the airline directly. Because for one thing, you're automatically eligible for any upgrades if you book directly through the airline, but you can also then use those points later and redeem them for free flights. Save this and you can thank me later.
Can someone please explain to me why expensive hotels are so expensive? And I mean that in that they don't give you anything for free. You don't get free Wi-Fi a lot of the times. You don't get free breakfast. And the breakfast that they're making you pay for, it's a $10 breakfast at best. And they're making you pay $35 or more. And then if you get in late and the only place that you can get food is like room service or the hotel restaurant, they're going to make you spend, what, $35 for some microwaved pasta? This is why I just choose to stay in budget hotels. Even if I can afford more, I'm getting free Wi-Fi, I'm getting free breakfast, I'm getting all the things for free. And you know I'm taking that shower cap and that sewing kit and maybe the lotion, whatever you got, I'm taking it. I just really feel like if I'm spending more than $300 a night, the bottle of water in the mini fridge should be free, you know? And I know in a lot of situations you can get free Wi-Fi or breakfast passes or whatever if you're a member, but there's a good chance that they're not telling you that. Like, if you don't know already that you can sign up for a free membership to get these things, they're not going to tell you at check-in. So yeah, that bothers me, and I guess is a reason why I'm not rich, because I could not handle it.
If you are somebody who enjoys traveling and you often rent a car, please take my advice, because this can save you thousands of dollars. Whenever you rent a car, make sure to take a video of the entire car. Go look if there are any scratches, any dents, any marks on that car, and make sure you zoom in on those and showcase those on the video. Keep that video for you. Early this year, I went to Paris and we rented a car. Now, I, at the time, went with my ex-boyfriend, and so we went, and he did not want to do anything like a video or or a picture, and I know I was like, no, I think this would be a good idea. It was my card on the line, which is a whole different story. Long story short, when we returned the car, the person who we returned the car to pointed out a scratch and said, hey, you have to pay for that damage. And I said, nah, because that was visible in the video I had taken. And I was so grateful that I had taken that video, because had I not, they would have held us liable and it would have cost a good amount of money. This happened twice more, this time with my dad when he went and rented a car in Miami, as well as when he went to rent a car in Germany. Thankfully, I had helped him take a video of the car in Miami and showcased where all of the dents and marks and scratches were. And he had thankfully taken a video in Germany and was able to explain that this was not of his doing, and that he was not responsible for it. So I don't know why this is happening so frequently from rental car companies' side, if they're not inspecting it when they're getting their cars back from their previous clients, or if they're just not taking note of it well. But please do take a video of the car before you drive it off the lot.
One way to save a lot on accommodations is to pet sit, which is to care for a host pet in exchange for a free place to stay. You are able to stay for as short as a few days to as long as a few months. So if you are interested in pet sitting, use apps like Trusted House Sitters and Nomador to learn more.
It's not fair. Everyone says life is not fair, and I totally get it, but like, bro, when's the last time you went on vacation? This be my vacation, just walking my dog.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.